South Korea has been going through it this past week. Like the president called martial law seemingly out of nowhere. Now that's ultimately going to have a big knock-on effect for his political future, and a lot of people are speculating, including Andrew Legal Mindset himself, who's right down there at the Capitol. Okay, he's given an update of martial law, which a lot of people were like, "Oh, that happened." Like it was 2 hours, but it was quite a spectacular news story to kick off the last week. But yeah, he's very likely going to be stepping down, or asked to step down in the very near future. And particulars of that was he thought that there were North Korean communists that were in there trying to run amok in the country, and he was trying to get them out and tried to force a vote. Like, it's all very, very crazy, and the fallout has been equally as insane. But as people were following the story at the time, well, their mind was also cast back to certain other South Korean dealings at the time. And well, as it's pointed out, Johnny Somali will save Korea. Not quite. Johnny Somali, has been yeeted. That was another story that was running around. I think a bunch of people ended up hopping on that, and I was like, nah, man, that's way too fantastical. And I ain't biting on that one, but it's so over. Let Squid Game begin. I mean, that's kind of crazy to put it out there. Okay, but season 2 is going to be dropping on Boxing Day. That should be a thing. But all the memes and not much of the controversy. Korea, very small, 3-inch, and free. Johnny Somali, riveting coverage. Keep Johnny Somali locked up for years. And that's where we find ourselves now, because guess what? We actually have a trial date, and it's coming up relatively soon. And yes, a shout out to Legal Mindset for breaking the trial date of December 20th. And ooh boy, this is going to be one to watch. Okay, that's for sure. Johnny Somali has been making headlines for his alleged bad behavior in South Korea. Well, he's documented all of it, so it's not so much allegations. But anyways, he was even detained in November after being indicted on charges of obstructing businesses. YouTuber Legal Mindset has now claimed that Somali's trial is scheduled to begin December 20th, 2024. Somali has faced significant backlash for his actions in South Korea, including allegedly disrespecting a war memorial. And again, allegedly, until you take a look at the video, it's like, nope, he very much did disrespect and arguably vandalize a statue. So not too many allegations when you could just go ahead and look and go, that makes sense. And causing, disturbances in public places, which I think are, as it sits right now, the only official charges that are down. On November 12th, 2024, local news outlets reported that the Kick streamer, who's now been banned on Kick, was handed over to the prosecution after being indicted for obstructing a place of business. Since then, additional allegations have surfaced, including violating anti-terrorism laws in South Korea, after a clip of Somali playing North Korean music surfaced online. Oh, that's what Yoon called martial law over. He heard North Korean propaganda was going wild, and he's like, no, we need to root this out of the country. And it's like, no, actually, it's the little bastard that's in custody right now. It's like, oh, my mistake, my bad. It remains unclear whether the December 20th trial will address charges beyond the obstruction of business, but Legal Mindset claims authorities are preparing more charges against Johnny Somali. And Andrew actually follows that up. An additional charge officially added to the case of Ramsey Khalid Ismael, according to the scheduled for December 20th, 2024 for violation of the Minor Crimes Act. This is a sign that the prosecution is aggressive, as this is way faster than this would normally proceed. Because I think Andrew speculated that, this could be going out for this could be, quite an extensive investigation, something that could last into next summer, meaning that Johnny's going to be stuck in South Korea for a minute. But now it looks like, well, he's going to be there for a minute, and it could be several consecutive minutes behind bars for him. Oh, well. According to Legal Mindset, Johnny Somali's trial is set for December 20th and could last for weeks. Wow. The initial charges stem from an incident at the Seoul supermarket, or at a Seoul supermarket. There's more than one. It's a big city. Where clips show Somali cursing at customers, drinking in public, and throwing cooked noodles after being told to calm down by an elderly employee. So the video about the trial, Legal Mindset noted that while there is significant interest in the Somali case, both locally and internationally, the court proceedings cannot be filmed. But he's also said that, and it's got his quote right there. However, the YouTuber plans to attend the trial. Well, it's not really fair to say that he's just a YouTuber. He's a practicing lawyer after all, so he knows a ting or two about a ting or two. Attend the trial and provide updates on social media to keep his followers informed. There is no recording allowed in the courtroom, so we will not be able to to record inside the courtroom. However, we will able to make some videos and possibly record outside the courthouse, and also I'll be able to live tweet. Okay, there we go. I'll be following closely on that one, especially given the time of the year that it is. And in all honesty, a lot of other stories are really starting to wrap up, and just as I say that, it's like there's obviously going to be some stupid game developer or some entitled actress come out and say something incomprehensibly stupid that'll end up sparking off a brand new news cycle. But in general, things are starting to appropriately wind down. It's kind of crazy how little political talk there is to do, but this Johnny Somali stuff, man, like, it utterly disgusts me in a way that other IRL streamers just don't quite scratch that itch for me. Like the Jack Doherty stuff, I've been kind of paying attention to, and he's so gross, but it's like an entitled young guy that has achieved way too much fame and has way too much success to his name too early in life. It's like, it's just another classic example. One star burning too bright too quickly and then just ultimately flaming out, and it's like, not have much to say about that. But yeah, disrupting otherwise successful societies like this is like, yeah, this guy deserves to be locked up for a very, very, very long time. But yes, Legal Mindset also mentioned that the trial could take weeks and the first day reserved for opening remarks and a chance for Somali to plead guilty. If found guilty, the sentencing phase could take an additional couple of weeks, meaning the court proceedings might last for months. Yeah, mostly because I don't know for sure the number of charges that he could potentially going on trial for. All we have right now, and I don't necessarily know the way that South Korean court is set up, meaning that, yeah, there could be the announcement of the charges on the first day. Who knows on that one? Him and his counsel likely know what he's going to be on trial for, but outside of that, we don't quite know for sure. All we have is the litany of accusations, allegations, and just the hours of content that he has filmed of himself breaking obvious laws. So like, he's cooked the moment that they just simply do this little odd thing of pressing play. There's no way he gets out of this unscathed. No way. And especially with more stuff coming out, especially in the form of, Johnny Somali threatening to a female streamer named Moxie outside of ABC Pizza in Hongdae, Seoul. Yeah, I'll link to this clip if you want to watch it. But yeah, it's very much him, and he's very much doing the thing that you have known to come and expect from him. And as Andrew points out, the amount of video footage he has deleted to cover up his crimes is insane. Yeah, that's not going to stop him, okay? Nobody forgives, and the internet definitely doesn't forget. Come from women statues, the statues of peace was just the tip of the iceberg. And yeah, we've talked about and we covered a bunch of them, and Andrew has very much been on top of this stuff. He's in fact been, like, you could see from like Dexerto, Sportskita, and a bunch of different outlets that are out there, reaching out to him because he's got the inside track on this stuff. So yeah, good on him for getting the most up-to-date information on this. And yeah, as best as I can, I'm going to try to cover this, especially as we get closer to that date, and then definitely fill in the gaps in regards to what are the crimes that are going to be on there, what's the ultimate penalty he could face, and at this point in time, I mean, what the ultimate penalty that he's going to face is there, because it's all there in black and white, unless he manages to get some sort of a sweetheart plea deal, which seems incredibly unlikely, and I don't even know if they can do that out there in South Korea, but who knows, man, maybe potentially that ends up being the case. But as much of an international news story as this has become, of this just simply being a nuisance streamer run amok, with this potentially being that case where, yeah, okay, you want to go ahead and you want to act a fool in big US cities, that's fine, that's fantastic. You guys stay there and do that. Let them deal with the garbage. But on the international side of things, you fleeced Japan of goodwill. Shit ain't gonna happen over here in South Korea. We're gonna go ahead and take law and order very seriously, make an example of this human piece of shit, slam the door shut, throw away the key, and let's get back to a little bit of civility and order, shall we? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I should follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.